Hello, this is Nitro, and we are back with more Brick Rigs. Today we're going to be racing on the Brick Rigs racetrack to see how good we are at actually driving in this game. So first I'm going to have to drive up to the racetrack, and we're already doing a wonderful job. Anyway, we're going to see how fast we can make a lap. So I do have an Xbox controller, so we should be able to drive somewhat nice. So without further ado, let's see how well we can do. So right now it looks pretty easy, but there are no walls on this racetrack, so that's one thing you got to be worried about. And if we were to crash, we're crashing. That would have probably gotten us disqualified from the race right then and there. We can still get back on the track and try again. So let's continue. And so we're going pretty fast, actually. This is actually quite amazing. We are so amazing at driving. And yeah, I accidentally paused the game. So let's just get back on the track again. So maybe we need to control our vehicle more. Maybe we shouldn't be going at a zillion miles an hour. Maybe we should take this a tad slower. Let's see. So first we're going to drive just a little bit slower. On this turn we're going to hit the brakes actually. And then we're going to accelerate appropriately. Now we're going to hit... Oh no. Okay, so this car tends to like to spin out. Let's try a different car and see if it's any better. Alright, we got the Mustang Mach 1. This should be a little bit better. It seems to have better tires. We'll see. It is different tires, so that should mean at least a change. So let's see how well this thing will take the track. So, coming around the first turn, we still haven't spun out, so that's a good... Oh no, we're starting to skid. Okay, so the steering is a little sensitive in this, and we're damaged. So that's great. I'll spawn us back on the track, but I don't feel like this vehicle has gotten enough of a try yet, so we'll keep going. And we're coming around the first turn again. This one's the one where you need to prevent getting too much speed, even though you easily could. Seems like steering in this game is a lot harder, so you gotta be careful. But anyway, we're making around the first turn. Okay, now we need to hit the brakes big time. Okay, so straight line braking seems the only way to prevent spinning out when you're braking. So we're gonna have to use that method from now on, which is basically just braking without turning. So that makes sense. So let's just hit the brakes here. And we've almost made it around a full lap, so let's just see what we can do. So we're gonna hit the brake. Actually, we're not even halfway through yet. So we're hitting this turn, and we're safe. No, we're not. All right, we spun out a bit there, but we can get back on. We can get back on track. Or not. Yeah, we would probably be disqualified from the race there because we took a big inside turn there. But we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen and get back on the track. We're pretty damaged now, so that's gonna be a disadvantage. But yeah, our vehicle is very spinny. So I think it's time we try a different car now, so let's just head back to the garage. Alright, so we got another Mustang, but this one has a wider wheelbase, so it should possibly be safer. I think we died. This time we're going to try driving keyboard and mouse, because I think it has some auto steering benefits, possibly. So, yeah, we can adjust a lot more carefully with keyboard and mouse. So we're just going to do that for now. And we're going to try to limit our speed a little bit, but I really want to make some speed on this straightaway while we can. And we're going to go for some straight line braking here. And that puts us in the safe zone. Hit the brakes again. And we're pretty safe coming out of this turn. I don't think we made it out of the line yet to get potentially a penalty if we were in a real race, but that is the least of my concerns. Right now it's just surviving the entire racetrack. So let's continue, and we're heading up on another little bit of a turn, but this should be doable. Yeah, it seems a lot more stable when you just tap the keys on the keyboard, but then when you go a bit more radical, as I just did, you spin out. So let's just get back on the track. But right now I think we're doing pretty good compared to the other cars, so let's just get back onto the track, as I was saying. And yeah, this is absolutely wonderful. Alright, we're back on the track. Now let's just get down the road a little bit more. I'd like to make it at least halfway this time. This car seems perfect for it. And we're going to slow down here, a little bit of braking. Then we're going to accelerate a tad, but not on the end. Accelerate out of the turn, hit the brakes going in, and begin to accelerate going out. Hit the brakes again because we accelerated too soon. And so now we're making it up the mountain. So this is going to test our uphill racing ability. So we're going to have to be very careful. And we made it safe around the... I was going to say we made it safe around the first turn of the mountain, but no, we didn't. So now we're back on the road. We're still doing pretty good, and we've actually managed to rebound pretty good, except for that one time when we spun out. When we sped out. I don't know how to say that in past tense. Spun out in the past. That would be spinned out, I think. But is spinned a word? I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, spinned is a word. So that should be right. But anyway, what am I talking about? We need to continue this race. We made it up half the mountain. I think we've hit the halfway point. So it should be all downhill from here, quite literally and metaphorically. So let's just finish this turn, and it looks like we're getting hit by some sort of bump. But it seems like we're going to rebound somewhat well. Okay, not too well, but we should make it back onto the road. Are we back onto the road? Are we back onto the road? Yes, we're back onto the road. So that wasn't the best, but we made it. And so now we just have the downhill. We're going to want to hit the brakes as soon as we hit this point. Going to hit the brakes a tad, so that way we can adjust to this. And now we should be able to floor it, and we've made it one lap. So let's just see if I can't beat that time. Actually, I don't think I can, but I'm going to tell you if I did. So I'll tell you if I managed to spin out. Alright, we're making it around the first turn without any spin outs, but that is subject to change. Careful accelerating on the turn. And so now I'll just tell you if we make it to the mountain safe without spinning out. Alright, so I spun out for the first time on this extremely tight turn, but I made pretty good time so far. So we're just going to continue up. Never mind, we made it off the track. We're still making better time. Never mind. We still should be making better. Okay, forget it. We can't do any better than that first lap. It is obvious. So what we're going to do is, as I was saying, what we're going to do is, okay, you can't delete it unless you're inside it. There we go. What we're going to do is get a different vehicle, probably a Lamborghini, and see how fast it can go around the racetrack. Alright, this car looks amazing, and if it doesn't have issues with its undercarriage, should do good on this track. So, let's see what happens. So, I'm just going to enter the straightaway to test its speed. It's very quiet. It also seems to be extremely stable, but every time a piece falls off its undercarriage, it seems to do quite the opposite of be stable. Let's see how well it can brake once we hit the garage. So we're gonna brake here. And it seems to jump when it brakes, so you have to be careful with that. As you can see, we're making, oh! This thing can survive drifting, but we obviously didn't survive that time. But it's also rebounding well. I didn't expect it to off-road that well. But anyway, this car actually is pretty good on the track. So let's just see about making it through the first turn, or the first turn on this side of the track. And we're gonna just have to make it to the hill from here. So we got this tight turn. Let's see how well we can brake on that. Pretty well, actually. And I find keyboard actually seems to be easier. But as you can see, it keeps jumping every time I try to hit the brakes. So probably just going to have to rely on releasing the acceleration. Almost tipped there, but we survived that. And we're off the track in the same place we were before. And we're flipping. So we're going to have to do our best to get this thing back on. Okay, the whole vehicle's just falling apart now. And we just damaged our character, so that's great. But just need to get back on the track. Okay, so if the Mustang was a 5 out of 10, this thing would probably be a 7 out of 10, but neither of them are a 10 on this track because they have their issues with grip, and I guess that's just because Brick Rigs doesn't have very good downforce physics. It's hard to simulate racing in this game, but it certainly does a good job of it. I think this is fun. So now we just got the downhill section left, so we're just gonna quickly make it up this end, and then try to lower our speed hitting the downhill section, because we're already gonna get enough speed there. Alright, we made it through that turn, so now it's the downhill part. For this part, you want to brake about where the mountain ends, so about here. So we're just gonna slow down, and then we're gonna hit the acceleration here again. And we made it a full lap safe, so let's see where we top off the speed. So its speed tops off at about 270 kilometers per hour. I don't know what that is in miles per hour, but it's certainly going pretty fast. So let's just crash this thing into the garage real fast. Bam. Look at that. That actually looked incredible. It's amazing our character survived it, though. It seems to only be the front of the car that took the damage. But anyway, I think that was a good look at Brick Rigs Racing, so let's just delete the vehicle. And, yeah, I think that was a lot of fun. Like the video if you want to see more, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll see y'all later. Bye.